can stop me now.
What is going on, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. Now, at the end of the day, look, me and my buddies, we're just injecting reality into the fucking fantasy land that y'all are living in. And man, oh man, is it quite a fantasy land that y'all are living in right now. But before we get started, be sure to click the link in the description of this video. And look, I'm going to be that guy. Once the new year rolls around, I got to get my fat ass back into the gym. But I'll tell you what, one of the best ways to do that is to hit up Beachbody. Look, I crapped on Beachbody for years up until I tried Insanity, all right? They have now upgraded to the name Body, B-O-D-I, Bravo, Oscar, Delta, India. But look, I'll tell you what, their workouts are legit, all right? So be sure to click the link in the description of this video. Be sure to click the tab that says the best at-home workout programs you will ever find. And be sure to use code James Kilo Body, Bravo, Oscar, Delta, India, for 15% off your entire purchase if you decide to sign up for a subscription. Now, without further ado, let's get into tonight's episode. Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, baby. And man, oh man, does it feel good. Look, I wanted to do an episode last week, all right? But Black Friday kicked the living hell out of me. The only thing I wanted to do was go home and rest. But that's what happens from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But you already know that I don't do this alone. I got somebody waiting backstage, and here he is.
We're creatures of habit. We can't live without it. We don't have to answer to anyone. We're chasing the rabbit like creatures of habit, and no one else knows where we're coming from. And nothing.
God damn it. There we go.
There we go.
Jesus, so many things have been changing. I've been in a rush since I got home from work, having to feed the cats, get everything set up. Man, oh man. But hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man. We just got our stuff for the puppy. That the kit that they were sending with us. The puppy's not here yet, because when he is, I'm gonna have him on the show for you guys.
Hell yeah, dude. That
But,
is freaking adorable.
What do you call it? They sent us like a little starter kit. So that came today. While I was waiting for you, I messed around some of the settings. You see the letters are straight now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm moving up in a technological world. Like UCLA is moving up kind of in the recruiting rankings now, going from 99 to 68.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Look, I know that UCLA got a new head coach and everything like that, but hey, if they show at least some better kind of progression next year as opposed to what they did this year, that's a big step forward if you ask me.
Yeah.
But let's get into the first topic. Right now, I think it's safe to say that Lane Kiffin is now the most hated man in the state of Mississippi. Earlier this week, it was announced that Kiffin would be taking his coaching talents, if you know that, to LSU. With Kiffin going to LSU, could Ole Miss be on the decline, and would LSU be back in the conversation of a national championship contender?
Well, I don't know about they will eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect an immediate result, but
I'm not saying that shit is going to happen overnight.
Yeah, but I expect them to rise at a pretty decent pace than what they were currently at when they had Brian Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to get some of that top talent from Ole Miss, I'm sure, to go follow him to LSU next season once this season's up.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, yeah, it's definitely no doubt about that. I really expect them to kind of take like the Ed Ogeron approach. Like he came in, brought like a new style to LSU, and eventually they had that year being the 2019 LSU team. Some would say arguably the greatest college football team of all time because of how offensively stacked it was. Honestly, I give it that kind of time frame for Lane Kiffin going to LSU.
Yeah, and like the thing people been saying online or whatever, there's always mixed opinions, but it seems like the majority, they already have him voted as the villain of the year.
Yeah, no, look, I would agree.
But I will say this, this kind of almost like pulls Alabama out of the villain role for how many decades that we've hated them. Now, input LSU, I think it's what LSU needs, to be honest with you.
I think so too. I mean,
I'm happy for them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy for them as well. And like I said, I used a line that LeBron used in when he did the decision.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think this is a good thing for college football right now, being that Lane Kiffin went from one SEC team to another one. Like he stayed in conference, but went to a team that they're right down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
going to feel that heat from Mississippi when he's playing in Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah. Woo.
I can't wait to see that game next season.
I can't wait either. That man is about to get booed out the freaking door the same way that when LeBron went to Miami, came back to Cleveland, like those stands were packed.
Now, is it in Oxford or is it Baton Rouge?
I think that's one thing we'll have to find out when the new schedule drops. But man, oh man, if it is in Oxford, oh my God, that place is going to be deafening with boos.
I'm sure if it's in Oxford, they already got it marked on their calendar. Everyone,
yeah,
the tailgating scene is going to be even more epic than what it already is over there.
Bro, I swear to God, if the college football committee fucks this up and puts the game between LSU and Ole Miss in Baton Rouge, oh, they fucked up big time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Look, I will say this. I'm expecting, LeBron James aside, I am expecting the same amount of boos to happen in Oxford the same time that I heard the amount of booing that happened between Team USA and Team Canada in the Four Nations face-off in Montreal, and those fucking maple syrup suckers were booing the absolute shit out of our national anthem.
So I'm looking at the schedule. Went ahead and did that for you.
Oh, is it in Oxford?
Can you see a screen? Is it real bright?
It's pretty bright.
All right. Yes, it is in Oxford.
Oh, next year is going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
But, man, oh, man. Speaking of Kiffin going to LSU, there was a bunch of coaching moves both prior and after Kiffin went to the Tigers. Virginia Tech would get former Penn State coach James Franklin. Auburn would get Temu Sean McVay from the University of South Florida. Florida would get Jon Sumrall, and UCLA would get Bob Chesney. With all these teams getting a new head coach, which team will benefit the most from hiring their new head coach?
I'm gonna have to say, I think the obvious choice would be Lane Kiffin here. Are we talking about, or did you not mention him on the names you just did?
No, like, so excluding Lane Kiffin, which team will benefit with their new head coach hire?
Well, did you notice that Penn State finally got a coach?
Oh yeah, they got what the fuck was it?
Campbell?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Iowa State, right?
dude, the picture that you sent, I was like, fuck, what was his name? He played from Happy Days. He was literally in Happy Days.
Water Boy.
Henry Coach Klein.
Yeah. But I think the one who'll probably benefit the most, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's a toss-up between Penn State. I mean, if we're talking about the best, I like it probably better improvement from last year. I'll just say my coach. Because you don't have much to improve on going 3-9.
Well, I mean, hey, when you look at UCLA's schedule and they had some serious, or what was it, 2 of their wins, maybe all 3 of them were against some serious contenders.
Yeah, just one of them, I'd say.
Okay.
Because, Penn State was ranked, and then we saw how they shit the bed. Maryland, they weren't doing that good this year. Neither was Michigan State.
Yeah,
should have beat Northwestern. Should have beat UNLV.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. It seems like next year I don't think they play Ohio State. I'll have to check that later. I know they have Michigan, and I think it's at Ann Arbor. They have Purdue. They have yet to play Purdue in the Big Ten since joining 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Hopefully that'll be kind of a little bit more laid back compared to the first 2 years. I mean, because this year they played the number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation.
That they did.
And at one point, number 7 Penn State.
Oh yeah.
So it was a tough one, but I know they'll eventually rise up from this, and they're going to get better. I'm not expecting immediate results. Like I said, I'd just be happy with bowl eligibility for starters.
For sure.
Baby steps, and then hope that will progress with the recruiting. And so, yeah.
I mean, hey, there's actually a movie I watched where a quote actually hits so hard. The good thing about hitting rock bottom, the only way to go is up.
Well, for my line of work, if we hit rock bottom, sometimes we got to use a jackhammer, break and loosen up the dirt because we haven't got to the source of the problem yet. We have to keep digging.
You know what? There's also that too. That's actually a valid point, man.
And once we found Deshaun Foster, we fill in the hole. Got rid of him, corrected the problem, and yeah, I'm excited though for next year.
For sure. I will say this. I'm going off of popularity here. I think at some point, James Franklin will get Virginia Tech back into some kind of contention. I'm not talking college football playoffs or anything like that, but like at least a big name bowl type of game. You know what I'm saying?
I'll change my answer to I forgot about him. It seemed like everyone kind of forgot about him for a while, but
yeah. And then
I'll change my answer to Virginia Tech.
Yeah. And then I will honestly go with Auburn with getting their USF or former USF head coach being Temu Sean McVay. I mean, this dude literally is a carbon copy of Sean McVay when you look at him. I think he's going to be doing some pretty good things for Auburn, and he looks like an offensive-minded type of person. So if Jackson Arnold still goes back and they still have Deuce Knight on standby, Auburn could be a dangerous team in the SEC.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
But Oh, yeah. But speaking of college football, the college football playoff bracket dropped. And needless to say, there weren't that many happy campers. Why? Because this team is in over Miami and fucking Vanderbilt. Now, a lot of things lie. Numbers never do. Vanderbilt and Miami had the better strength of schedule when you look at it compared to Notre Dame. But the only thing I will say is that Vanderbilt actually has an argument when placed against Notre Dame. Miami does not. All right? They went into the bye week undefeated. They came out of the bye week and lost to two unranked teams, being Louisville and SMU. SMU has never seen a win against a ranked opponent, probably since, we were probably never born since SMU saw a win against a ranked opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yet people want to bitch and moan that Notre Dame was handed a college football playoff spot just because of their name. Well, I'll tell you what. We could literally make the college football playoffs March Madness style, 64, 68 teams or something like that. People
64.
would still bitch and moan about not only Notre Dame being into the tournament, but also about the 65th or 69th team being excluded from the tournament. Having said that, though, with Notre Dame in the college football playoff, despite having 2 losses on their record, could the Irish continue their run and get back to the national championship?
It'll be a tougher time this year than last year.
Oh, for sure.
But, there's always that possibility because it seemed like they started out 0-2, right?
Mm-hmm. And
they just went on a murderous spree, winning 10 straight.
Yep.
So, they could keep that momentum up. I love their coach.
Oh, yeah. No, Marcus Freeman is that dude.
Yeah. So, it definitely could they definitely could make a run. But I don't think they're going to go as deep as last year.
Yeah, honestly, I could see that as well. But like I said, when you compare Notre Dame and Miami, their strength of schedule and everything like that, look, there's a certain somebody out there that actually was like, oh, well, Notre Dame I was like, hey, Notre Dame faced these teams. They all had winning records, yet you're including all the teams that Notre Dame faced that had losing records. Oh, well, Notre Dame faced them when they had when the opposing team had factors included. Okay, cool. And I guarantee you, if Miami and fucking Vanderbilt were in the same position that Notre Dame was in, facing teams that they beat with factors involved, you'd be having a smile on your face and a thumb up your ass, jumping for joy. That's not an insult. That is just a fact of life.
That's why I said, which one is he smiling about?
But, the fact is, look, my social media pages are flooded. If it's not Shedeur Sanders, it's Notre fucking Dame. Of people saying, oh, Miami deserves to be in because they beat Miami, or Miami deserves to be in because they beat Notre Dame head-to-head. Yeah, by 3 fucking points. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame had a bye week. They continued to win. Miami had a bye week. They lost to 2 unranked teams they clearly should have beaten.
Yeah.
One of them being Louisville, who is literally known for a fucking basketball program.
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule because you lost to Miami, and then week 2 was Texas A&M.
Both close games.
And, yeah, all you need was a field goal in one and a touchdown in the other. You would have won both.
Yeah.
And then you look at the rest of the schedule. They were beating guys on average like almost 20-something points.
Yeah, but people want to say, oh, well, Miami had a better margin of victory over the teams that Notre Dame played. Congratulations. Guess what? Notre Dame still ran the fucking table after an 0-2 start. Did they deserve to be in the top 25 after going 0-2? Hell no.
No. But
I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I'll even say that. But the second they started fucking winning, oh, it was game over. Marcus Freeman turned into Michael Jordan, and he took those 2 losses very fucking personal.
Let's see, 8-4. Yeah, and at least your losses were to ranked teams.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole Louisville
and SMU.
I mean, they're both 8-4.
Yeah,
but they were never ranked.
No, absolutely right. But people want to literally look at this like it's open fucking heart surgery. There's nothing to look at. Miami lost to unranked teams.
I think it's time for Notre Dame to get a conference, though.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely been time for Notre Dame to get a conference.
And the only place I see fitting for them is the Big Ten.
Oh, easily. Hell, I will say this. After their 2012 season when they went undefeated and then got to the national championship and played Alabama, it was like, yo, y'all need to get a conference. And the Big Ten easily supports you in that one.
Yeah.
Because you're nowhere near the ACC. You're nowhere near the Pac-12. You're, God forbid, lucky enough, even considered for the Mountain West.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, maybe the AAC? They run the table in that division, I'll tell you that. You said what?
They're too big of a school for the AAC.
Yeah, that's true. They'd actually be the Alabama in that conference.
I mean, because you look at their non-conference, let's say if they joined the Big Ten. Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
They could have another non-conference game with one of their rivals like they usually do, because you're already going to have USC there. You're going to have Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And to see them play, oh my God, to see them play Ohio State possibly on an annual basis, or even Oregon, like the gold helmets versus those Oregon greens.
No, that'd be some crazy work. I'm not even gonna lie. If just the Big Ten straight up fits Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why they play ACC basketball.
I don't know why either. Hey, your guess is as good as mine.
And
they're non-conference. They're non-conference when it comes to football, but they're ACC when it comes to basketball.
And Big Ten in hockey.
Make it make sense. Oh boy! But we're gonna take a trip out to California. Why? Because it was yet another rough season for Stanford. As their season is in the books, and they finished with a 4-8 record. However, there may be a slight ray of hope for Cardinal fans, as now former quarterback Andrew Luck is in charge as a general manager. With former Stanford quarterback Andrew Luck at the helm, could Stanford be back in some kind of contention?
It depends on how he runs it, and he doesn't like blow his shoulder out typing on the computer. But I don't know. I would have much rather seen maybe John Lynch, but I'm not a big fan of, I guess, players going in a position.
Hold
like
up. John Lynch went to Stanford?
Yeah.
Arguably the hardest hitting white boy on defense since Pat Tillman.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't really have an opinion on that one because I don't know how Luck's going to do, honestly.
I mean, I think he'll do somewhat good. He does have an eye for talent and everything like that, given, his ability to read defenses and everything. And
general manager for Stanford, like their football operations, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I look at it, Indianapolis wasted this dude's career, unfortunately. He was sought to be the next coming of Peyton Manning. Unfortunately, they barely put a team around him, so he had to retire early.
He didn't make it out of his rookie contract, did he?
I think he barely made it out of his rookie contract, and then decided, you know what? this shit sucks. I'm retiring.
I think he could have played more, but
yeah, if he was on the right team and had the right players around him, he definitely would have played for 20 plus years.
I know I hated seeing him in the Rose Bowl against UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, the dude was a menace when he was a quarterback at Stanford.
But as far as I think he could be a helpful piece, but I think they need to have more than just him if they want to get a little bit of a more consistent pace to get back rising up through the ranks again.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I honestly agree. The last time they were actually good was when they had Christian McCaffrey as their running back. And then since then, it's basically been all downhill from there.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see how things turn out going into next season. They at least got 4 wins this year, so kudos.
More than us.
But we are going to take our first commercial break. We will be right back, and we're going to be talking some NFL. Yes, sir. Be sure to check out all those shows on the Villains Media Network. You will not regret it. But look, let's talk some NFL right now. Look, unfortunately, Jaden Daniels is going through the ever so classic sophomore slump. Not because his numbers have decreased, but because he is injured right now and down with a dislocated left elbow. However, it was announced that Daniels has been fully practicing and could be returning for Week 14 against the Minnesota Vikings. Regardless of the outcome, after going through the classic sophomore slump this year, should expectations for Jaden Daniels be high going into next season?
They would if I'd say let him rest. Does Washington even have a chance to make the playoffs?
Hell no.
Well, then let him rest.
Yeah.
Fuck up the rest of the season. Get a better draft pick. Maybe draft some old linemen to protect him.
Yeah.
Because Washington should know about their previous mistake. Not saying the guy was a bad quarterback. He just got injured and he never recovered from it. And that would be RG3.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a better passer by a long shot than RG3 was. RG3 was more of a scrambler.
Yes.
But
I was about to say RG3 was more of a running quarterback than he was a passing quarterback.
Yeah. So I would let him rest. It's a dislocated elbow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I fully agree. I really think that the Redskins really should just keep moving forward this season with Marcus Mariota. Let Jaden Daniels rest. Go into the offseason, let him do his OTAs, let him do his thing, let him keep doing his thing with the wide receivers being Scary Terry and Deebo Samuel. And then the second that preseason practice begins, bet the house on Jaden Daniel because that man going to be healthy and he is going to look to make a statement, if you ask me.
I mean, hell, he got him his rookie year. They got to the NFC Championship game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think even RG3 ever got that far.
They got to the playoffs, but unfortunately,
they lost in the wild card. But as far as that far in his rookie year compared to, Mr. Daniels.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the one thing about the Redskins front office. They saw RG3 go down with the littlest move that teared his ACL. Then they decided to double down, put RG3 into the wild card game against the Seahawks, I believe.
Yeah.
And bro's never been the same since.
No.
At this point, he's literally testing limits on TV, saying whatever comes to his mind.
Yeah.
So, but look, I got high expectations for the Redskins and Jaden Daniels going into year 3 for him. He's been honestly a breath of fresh air for that organization. They just need to get more good players around him if they want to be in some kind of contention.
For starters, I think they need to improve their running game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're good at receivers, possibly even good at tight ends. So maybe bulk up the O-line and get that defense back to where it was a couple years ago as well.
Oh, yeah. They had an insane defense with Montez Sweat and
Chase Young.
Yep. No.
And so I was looking on X earlier today, and I guess they showed pictures of Mike Evans and McMillan practicing in full pads and everything. So they're saying Evans is recovering quicker. Now, it's another one of those things, don't put him in too early. Same with the other one. If we can make the playoffs and that they're healthy, then bring them in for the playoffs.
I honestly think the Bucs,
them going out again.
Facts, yeah. Save that kind of talent for the playoffs. You don't want to risk anything. Look, do I want to see Mike Evans be the standalone guy for the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons in wide receiver history? Yeah, absolutely. But when the playoffs are right around the corner and a chance at competing for a Super Bowl is on the line, no. You got to play it safe, especially with a guy like Evans, McMillan. Bro, severely under fucking rated, if you ask me.
Yeah. And to have them go with Shepard, Tez Johnson, Ibuka, and Godwin.
I'll tell you what, that wide receiving room is set with just Ibuka and Johnson alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but man, next year is definitely going to be fun. This year has been crazy as it is. Speaking of this year, this is the beauty of the NFL, baby. When we once thought that the Eagles would be running the NFC, has now turned into a game of who will come out of the NFC. Right now, the NFC North and West are stacked to the brim with potential teams. But one team that stands out is the LA Rams, and Matthew Stafford is currently playing at an MVP level right now. Are the Rams a legit contender in the NFC, or are they playing the ball fool's gold?
I would say they're legit. The one I'd say is probably close to the fool's gold, but then they still yet keep proving us would be the Bears.
You know what? Yeah, no crazy talk.
But
I like what the Bears have been doing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But I think the Rams are legit. I didn't think they were going to be.
I didn't think so either. I mean, you had an aging Matthew Stafford. They do have a solid piece at the wide receiving core, being Puka Nacua. And what I honestly thought was going to be a locker room problem, turned out it wasn't. Being Devontae Adams. That dude, him and Nacua are like, they are just reading each other's thoughts. They know that Stafford is going to go to one guy or the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy right now. Like I said, I don't disagree that the Bears could be the part of fool's gold. But I will say this, though, about Chicago. Fucking bend me over, make me beg for it, and color me impressed. Because the Chicago Bears have been playing some insane football right now. Going into the season, I couldn't stop preaching that Caleb Williams had no excuses whatsoever. Then the Bears went out, beefed up their O-line, brought in former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, and now the Bears are sitting at a 9-3 record and stand alone in the NFC North in first place. After their win against
in first,
say what?
Aren't the Lions in first right now after beating the Cowboys?
No, it's literally anybody's game in the NFC North. I know the Packers are 8-3-1. The Lions maybe 9-4.
I'll do a quick check.
I was gonna say I'm going off a guesstimate right now. I know the Bears are 9-3.
Oh, the Lions are 8-5. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
The Lions are in third place.
Yeah.
So wow, the Bears are tied with the Lions and the Seahawks for the best record in the NFC.
That's fucking crazy. But
I'm happy to see the Chiefs in third.
yeah, it's hard to play football when you don't have the fucking refs against you, baby.
Yeah.
But I will say this. After their win against the Eagles on Thanksgiving last Friday, did the Bears show that they're a legit contender in the NFC?
I'd say so. I mean, compared to previous years, it's almost like a complete 180. Kind of like with the Patriots. No one expected them to be that good that quick. They were, like I said, we said it was going to be a steady thing, and all of a sudden they're like, hold on. Hold my Sam Adams. Let me go ahead and shoot to the top here.
That's not the Sam Adams.
But yeah, they could be a threat for sure to especially the Rams.
Oh yeah. And knowing that Ben Johnson is the head coach, he definitely has some playoff experience right now. They have some serious pieces at the wide receiver, being Rome Odunze and DJ Moore. Benungai has emerged as a literal sleeper. This dude, bro, if you don't have him on your fantasy, that is a sleeper player. That man is going to get you points whether you like it or not.
Well, I mean, since I didn't make the playoffs, I pretty much put everyone on the bench, so I'm taking this season to get a better draft pick, and I'm not going to have any keepers. So I'm gonna trade Saquon and what the fuck's his name, Hurts, before the start next season. Hopes to get 3 first-round picks for.
That's that Madden curse, baby. Unfortunately, look, as much as I love Saquon, that's that fucking Madden curse.
I mean, he was still producing. He was still one of the top running backs. This is why I hope that he'll get me a first-round pick, and then I'll just take it from there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're probably going to have to see how the rest of the season turns out, but man, oh, man. I honestly didn't think this season would turn out this way for the Carolina Panthers. What started out as another typical losing season for the Panthers now turned into a potential situation that Carolina could actually win the NFC South. Now, I'm not making excuses for the Bucs or anything. They've basically been injury-ridden as the season has progressed. You know, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, basically, Baker has had to put all of his faith in Sterling fucking Shepard, for crying out loud.
And Ibuka.
Well, I mean, at one point, Ibuka was injured, but, I mean, yeah, also not wrong.
And Bucky. I mean, it's great to have Bucky back, too.
Oh, for sure. But real talk, props to the Panthers for turning things around and being in the scenario that they're currently in. Going into next season, could the Panthers be contenders in the NFC South?
They very well could be if they play the free agency and draft right.
I mean, yeah, the one thing that really worked out for them was getting that receiver from Arizona, McMillan. That definitely helped out, or that for sure.
And Dowdle from Dallas.
That is a fucking sleeper as far as fantasy goes, if I've ever seen one.
I mean, you talk about a waiver wire pickup for me. After his second consecutive 200-yard rushing game, no one had picked him up. I'm like, y'all stupid. Let me go ahead and snack this guy real quick. And
bro, he was on my list of picking up players the second that fantasy was over. What happened next? My fucking brother-in-law got him. Oh, I wanted him so bad because he was racking up points.
Yeah, he was.
But I will say, I did, in a way, kind of settle for Travion Henderson. Not disappointed.
No.
That man had a fucking game against the New York Jets.
Yeah, he did.
So, but I mean, wow. The fact that the Panthers really could be contenders in the NFC South is insane to think about, because
I mean, they're contenders right now for the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if everyone comes back healthy towards the end, then for the Bucs, that is, it could be game over, and then they're going to clinch again. Because, I mean, to stop all those receivers, plus they got a 3-headed monster at running back with Bucky, Tucker, and White.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they almost don't have to block as long, the O-line does. I mean, the only thing I could see, I hope the Bucs address in the draft or free agency, if they want to kind of get a high prolific player, would be tight end.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I love Cade Otton. He's, in a way, trying to mirror his game of, I want to say, Jeremy Shockey and Rob Gronkowski. But it feels like he's trying too hard.
Yeah. The one who I liked, used to play with him, and it was actually, I think it was a tight end out of Harvard. I think he played at Harvard. Was Cameron Brate.
Oh, yeah.
he had better hands, and Otten, I think he's more of a blocking tight end, but then they're asking more of him, which is I think he wasn't used to, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, did he play in Minnesota for the Golden Gophers, or was that Bo Keefe?
He may have played at Minnesota. I might have to do some research.
Yeah, so I mean, the Bucks haven't really had in my opinion, a great tight end since they had Kellen Winslow.
Oh, wow. That's some ball knowledge right there. I mean, well, you know what? In a way, they did have a great tight end when Brady came out of retirement, and so did Gronk. So
yeah, that's true. I forgot.
There's that. But I will say this: if the Bucks go into this year's draft being smart, one thing that they already have the wide receiver room complete with Tez Johnson and Egbuka. If they can find another wide receiver, good for them. But one thing I think they should do is start looking into building that offensive line again. One thing that Nick Saban said that makes a whole lot of sense is you win the battles in the trenches. You need to get that offensive line. Look what Will Campbell is doing for Drake May. He's making him look like a fucking MVP candidate right now.
And it's like the Bucks always seem to have really good luck with those smaller school linemen. Like they got the dude from North Dakota. I think it's Cody Mock.
Oh, yeah.
They had a guy a couple years prior. I think it was Ali Marpet. He was part of the Super Bowl winning team. He goes to the Bengals. I believe that was him, and he basically shits the bed there. So, I mean, they were big boys, and they fit in right well. So, I mean, they don't have to, let's say, necessarily address that high for O lineman. I would rather put that attention towards the defense and their shitty secondary.
Very true. Very true. I mean, look, you got arguably one of the best offensive linemen in the game right now being, I believe, Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
He's getting up there. Like, y'all need to look at somebody sometime soon because he can only do what he's doing for so long.
They need to find the right tackle version of him.
There you go. There you fucking go.
And a center.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw some of the snaps that guy was doing. It's like, you see the ball. No, like that. Not launching mortars. We're trying to get direct here to the quarterback.
Well, I mean, look, I will say this. As long as Baker Mayfield continues to do Baker Mayfield things, the Bucks are definitely in good hands. There's no doubt about that.
There's still some kinks in this game that I don't like, though. Like sometimes holding the ball too long, and then finally, when you throw it, there's been times I'm seeing throw a pick, especially in the end zone. That game against the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, look, I will say this. He's still got that dog in him. He's still, the dude literally stiff-armed Nick Bosa, arguably one of the best defensive ends in the game. That man had, 50 pounds on him?
At least.
And Baker still got a pass off.
On 4th and 5.
To McMillan, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's one of the reasons I love Baker Mayfield. He's got that dog in him, and he's got that never say die attitude.
Yeah, I mean, I love the mentality he brings to the game. It's just, I mean, he's a lot better than obviously previous teams, but just some of the decision making, we just got to work out those final little, just buff out the scratches.
Oh yeah. But that's the good thing about off-season practice. That's what it's for. I already know that he's going to go into the film room. He's going to be watching highlights. He's going to be looking at the mistakes that he's made. He'll probably make the same ones going into next season. But, hey, at the end of the day, this man is a fucking man on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're going to take our final commercial break. We got some college football predictions coming up, and we're also going to be making some NFL predictions as well. We will be back in just a minute.
can't stop me now.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Now, we got some championship games conference championship games going on right now. Let me take a look here.
I got the scores pulled up if you want.
Yeah, so
I just wanted to help people.
So,
anyways,
Kennesaw State beat Jacksonville State 19-15
yep.
to claim the Conference USA Championship. James Madison waxed that Troy ass for the Sun Belt Championship 31-14.
Yep.
Right now, the Mountain West Conference, Boise State is currently up 35-21, 11:36 left in the fourth quarter. UNLV got the ball back.
Yes, sir.
American Championship has Tulane currently lead number 20 Tulane currently leading number 24 North Texas 31-21 with 9:26 left in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Now, about those, there's some scheduling issues. I don't get this. So and this should all depend on, like you said, the performance of the player. How are you going to have the ACC championship game as the primetime game? It's at 7 o'clock Central, so 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
I would have put that at 11 o'clock, and I would have much rather put BYU and Texas Tech in that slot. Or, get this, dare I say, you have no, you can't put these two together. I was going to say the SEC championship and Big Ten, you can't put them together. Obviously, they did that one right, but I would have switched the Big 12 and ACC and maybe put Miami, the MAC championship game. They already got in the right spot at 11.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't know what they were thinking as far as time slots go. Look, I will bet my next paycheck and VA disability pay that people would rather tune in for BYU and Texas Tech for the Big 12 championship or even Georgia versus Alabama for the SEC championship.
Yeah, the scheduling is strictly.
Yeah. Yeah. Why the fuck you even got Duke versus Virginia for the ACC championship as the primetime game? That is a fucking mystery that Sherlock Holmes wouldn't be able to solve.
And Texas Tech BYU is 11 a.m.
That's fucking unreal. But so we already went over the picks last night on Villains the Podcast. Be sure to tune into that podcast every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got a good memory on the teams that I picked, but for the sake of things, let's go over it. First game up, we got 11th ranked BYU playing number 4 Texas Tech.
Yeah, I got the Red Raiders. I don't think that first game would be a fluke. I don't think BYU is going to have an answer for their offense. They slowed them down a little bit, but then it's like towards the end, it's just started speeding up. They just waxed that ass, and it's going to be the same thing again. And you're basically playing at the bigger AT&T Stadium from Texas Tech's AT&T Stadium. You're going to Jerry's World.
Yes,
You know it's going to be rocking the red and black. Majority of them over there. Yeah, I got Texas Tech winning this one by a lot.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas Tech in this one as well. You already know the Red Raiders are in that film room watching the game that they played BYU during the regular season. And man, oh man, I honestly think this game isn't going to be even close. Give me the Red Raiders. Next up.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Huh?
What'd you say?
Would you want to alternate them?
What do you mean?
Like announcing the games? I was going to just announce to get this one out of the way so nobody feels left out. Miami of Ohio and Western Michigan.
Hell yeah, go for it, man. We got Miami of Ohio going into Ford Field of Detroit, Michigan to take on Western Michigan for the MAC championship.
Their records are fairly similar. They're just off by a game. One's 7-5, one's 8-4. But I'm gonna take Western Michigan barely on this one.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm definitely going to take Western Michigan on this one as well. Miami, Ohio, y'all are definitely good, but let's face it, the only player that actually came out of your school was, I believe, Big Bad Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we got our later afternoon game as number 3 Georgia takes on 9th ranked Alabama for the SEC championship.
That should be a really fun one. Most definitely. But I think Georgia's gonna get the revenge on Alabama. I know people have talked about Ty Simpson, but it seemed like the past couple of games he was struggling. I think it kind of hurt the Heisman hopes. But, yeah, I think Georgia's going to, as I said before, when everyone's hyping up Georgia, Alabama comes in, shocks the world. Vice versa, everyone's hyping up Alabama, Georgia just comes in out of nowhere. So give me Georgia just for that fact that they're not being hyped up or talked about as much like Alabama was going into the games. And, yeah, I got Georgia winning this one.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely going to take Georgia in this one as well. It's already been talked about that Alabama is probably the most dangerous 10-2 team right now. But I'm not being biased here. I think Notre Dame would like a word. But, yeah, I'm taking Georgia in this game. Next up, though, one of the prime time games, and this one actually makes sense. Who would have thought that number 2 Indiana would go into the Big Ten championship unbeaten, mind you, after God knows how many atrocious years? But then again, enter Curt Cignetti. So, for the Big Ten championship, we got number 2 Indiana playing number 1 Ohio State for the Big Ten championship.
This is my chaos again.
I think I know who you're going to pick.
People ask Cignetti, how's your sophomore slump doing? He looks at him and says, what fucking sophomore slump? Give me Indiana with the upset to be the number 1 team in the nation. Because like I said, this is probably going to be the only chance they're going to get in this position. And I think they're going to just play all out, pull the upset off. Probably it's going to be a squeaker. I don't think it's going to be – they only got Ohio State favored by 4.
Yeah. So
give me Indiana with the upset. Go Hoosiers. Make your history.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, for real. Ohio State, you may be the number 1 ranked team in the country. But guess what? Your time is due. It's time to pay the piper, baby. What Curt Cignetti has been doing at Indiana is insane. Now, we only knew Indiana for their basketball preference, the same way we know Kentucky and Louisville.
Yeah.
But, man, oh, man. Give me goddamn Indiana for the upset. But you know what? We got somebody else who wants to chime in. Here he is.
I'm a bad guy, the one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain, well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. I'm rocking my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. Unleashing the truth.
Mr. Anderson, what is going on, my man?
I'm finally home. I eat a couple of chicken sandwiches, which chicken sandwiches like my favorite food now for whatever reason. Can't stop eating them. I'm a little under the weather, but like I didn't want to miss this show, and I got on and I heard you talk about college football. I'm like, that is perfect. So while I was eating, though, I released us a ton of shorts on our socials. So I will release more later too. I got some more to do. They're doing really well. But yeah, Indiana, Ohio State, right?
Yes, sir.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh,
What you're going to see is Ohio State took a lot of shit last year about losing the last game before the playoffs because of Michigan and blah, 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 blah. Ryan Day is sending messages to people in this moment. And what happened was Indiana could not score on Iowa. Indiana could not score on Penn State. If they could not really score on them two, they're damn sure not going to score on the best defense in the country. Give me Ohio State 37-10.
but who the fuck did Ohio State even play?
Hey, look, all I can say is wait till tomorrow. Watch what happened. I'm pretty good at picking these games.
You know what? That's fair. I will give you that. I will say this, though. At least when Alabama was ranked number 1 and people were coming for them, they were still facing ranked teams. Who the fuck has Ohio State played, excluding Illinois, that actually gave them a run for their fucking money?
Texas.
I'll be real honest with you. It's not really Ohio State's problem that these other teams can't compete, bro. I mean, like tomorrow you get to see them face the number 2 team in the country, and it should answer all of your questions. What?
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm honestly looking forward to this game. I can't wait for it. But one game that we did bring up, we got Miami of Ohio going into Detroit, Michigan to take on Western Michigan for the MAC championship.
So with that being said, Tulane is beating North Texas, just like I predicted. So it looks like Tulane will be going to the college football playoff. I just want to throw that out there. That's really cool stuff, man.
I believe the same thing with JMU.
I don't think JMU is going to make it, bro. Tulane's already ranked higher. Only one G5 is going.
Valid.
So, but you said Miami, Ohio, and Western Michigan, man. Like the MAC was down this year. Both of those teams were really good. Lost a few games. Man, that's hard. That's the hardest one out of all of them. Give me Western Michigan, classically good team. Miami of Ohio, Western Michigan, man. But my God, the crazy part about this, Western Michigan can win 17-14, or it could be 56-10. You never know with Maction. But I'm going with Western Michigan in this game personally.
You never know, indeed. But this is the beauty of college football. Now, pretty sure we know how this one's going to go. We got number 3 Georgia playing 9th-ranked Alabama in Atlanta, Georgia for the SEC championship.
So, man, like I got Georgia winning this game because Georgia should win, but something funny happened on the line today. Georgia is now only a 1.5 point favorite. And And with that being said, the matchup predictor actually favors Alabama now, which tells me one thing. Georgia has a lot of people that's going to be sitting out this game. And I have seen the injury report. I think there was like 16 people that are probably going to be out in this game. I think Alabama, if Georgia shows up full strength, I'm still picking Georgia, but Alabama, it looks like Alabama's going to win this game. Alabama was the most dangerous team in the country for most of the year until toward the end of the year. I started seeing some problems for them. I give me Georgia, man, but like I think Alabama's going to win. I know that sounds stupid. Georgia should win, and I pick with my head and not my heart. My heart's telling me Alabama's got a lot going on, a lot of injuries for Georgia, but if Georgia, the real Georgia, shows up to this game, Georgia wins this game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
did you by chance see the spread on the Ohio State-Indiana game? They got them at Ohio State favored by 4.
4 points. Yeah, that's probably about right, though, because you got 1 versus 2, both undefeated. You can't have, even if you think Ohio State's going to win by 10, you can't have a 10-point spread. It's just like it. You just can't do it because Indiana's firepower on offense. I think Ohio State wins this game. I think the spread's right where it should be. It's 1 versus 2. So,
oh yeah,
on a neutral field.
Oh yeah, and look, I will say this in a way, Indiana does sort of have home field advantage because it's being played at the Colts Stadium. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lucas Field, yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of college football, this was the one topic I was seriously looking forward to talking about. Notre Dame is in, despite being 10-2, and despite starting their season 0-2. Yet people are bitching and moaning. Certain somebody is bitching and moaning that not only should Miami be in the college football playoffs, but Vanderbilt as well.
So he's not advocating for Miami to go in. He says Miami doesn't belong anywhere near it. So he's not. Yeah, he doesn't think Miami deserves a spot. But he is advocating for Vanderbilt. I think you misread that earlier. He said Miami is ass and shouldn't be there.
Okay, you know what? I'll agree to that. But at the same time, the conversation that was happening on yesterday, it was like, you know what? Notre Dame didn't face anybody. Are you kidding me? They faced ranked fucking teams going into this season, and Notre Dame only lost by 3 points and probably a touchdown to fucking Miami and Texas A&M. Other than that, they won out their schedule. They beat down fucking Syracuse 70-7. Their defense scored 21 points alone before the offense could even step foot on the goddamn football field.
Well, here's my take on it. And we can say that Notre Dame didn't even play anybody, and that's fine. At the end of the day, we're looking at the best teams right now and how they progress through the season. They've said that for years. That's the formula, how they're playing toward the end, right? Well, Notre Dame beat Southern Cal by 10. They went to Pitt. Now, Pitt should be ranked number 25. They're 8-4, almost made the ACC championship game, and they beat them 37-15. You mentioned that they beat down Syracuse, but another thing, Navy. And it's really funny that you bring up Chris because Chris is a big advocate for Navy. Oh, they're 10 wins and Navy should be getting better looks. Navy's a great football team. Okay, well, you said Notre Dame didn't play anybody, but they played this great football team in Navy and beat them 49-10. Notre Dame is one of the
Blake Horvath was injured.
Right. And Notre Dame's one of the 10 best teams in the country, whether you like it or not. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, so you're getting an objective opinion here. Notre Dame is one of the 10 best teams in the country. Knock it off. That's crazy talk.
Yeah. No, look, I completely agree. But at the same time, I guarantee if Miami or even Vanderbilt was put in the same situation that Notre Dame was put in, they still won games regardless of, factors were put into the equation. This man would have a smile on his face and a thumb up his ass jumping for joy.
Well, like I said, Notre Dame and Vanderbilt played very similar schedules. So if we look at it, Notre Dame had two major opponents and they lost to both of them at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Vanderbilt had two major opponents and they lost to both of them, Alabama and Texas. So what's so different, really? I mean, let's be honest. Vanderbilt beat 0 ranked teams this year. So there's no difference. There's no leg to stand on for Chris in this argument. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is Notre Dame has won 10 straight and has shown that they're one of the 10 best teams in the country. I don't feel like Vanderbilt's one of the 10 best teams in the country. I feel like Vanderbilt's right where they should be at 14. I think they got it right. And it sucks for Vanderbilt. It's their first 10-win season ever, but Notre Dame would beat Vanderbilt pretty easily. I think so.
Oh, yeah. No, look, I completely agree. I really think that at the end of the day, look, this was Vanderbilt's first good season in, pushing 100 years?
Well, they've never had a 10-win season until this year, ever.
All right, fair enough.
Had a win this season.
But I will say this. You are completely right. Notre Dame would definitely put belt to ass if they even face Vanderbilt. Damn it.
I think belt to ass is a little strong. I don't think Notre Dame would beat Vanderbilt 49-10 like they did Navy, but I think Notre Dame wins by a couple of scores for sure, 34-24 type of game.
Oh yeah, no.
Started looking Vanderbilt logo.
Hey man, that's way better than I can do. I'm not tripping on it.
That's insane, dude.
In case you're wondering why I was looking down this whole time.
Well, I already knew what you were doing. You were either writing something like chaos.
Hey, look at my background though.
All right, I'm here. I'm sharing the show now. Sorry, I'm so late to the party on that.
Oh, don't be sorry.
Look at the background. The letters are in the right place.
Hello.
I figured some settings.
But hey, man, don't be sorry. We're all working men here. We all have jobs, and like I said, at the end of the day, sometimes our schedules aren't going to add up. That's fine.
I happened to close a lot on Friday, and you got a late start today, which allowed me to jump on. So I'm excited about it, especially you talking about college football. I love that.
Dude, I closed tonight, and the one thing I wanted to make sure was that I was going to be home in time to do a show and talk about what needed to be talked about. And at the same time, it's also like, it's time to put these Notre Dame fucking haters in their place. Why? Because they're bitching about the fact that Miami should be in when Miami lost to two unranked teams coming off of their bye week while Notre Dame won out their fucking schedule.
Notre Dame deserves to be in there. We just had that whole conversation, like I said. But I'm not so sure Miami doesn't belong there either. Sometimes along the way, you lose a couple of games. You just do.
Yeah.
And I think Miami's the best team in the ACC. I think they would beat Virginia. I'll be honest with you. Virginia's going to the playoffs. They're probably not going to lose to Duke, but I think Miami's a better team. And we talk about all the time, like we talked about this last year. The best team should be in, not because you had a good season. That's why I'm okay with Vanderbilt kind of being on the outside there. I mean, you had a great season, but are you one of the 10 best teams? No, you're not.
Yeah.
And I think Miami might be. Like they stumbled a little bit in the middle of the season, but look what they did the first 8 weeks of the season, though. Man, they were busting people up, man. We were all talking about how they were the number one team in the country. So stop with that noise. I think Miami could deserve to be there, but shouldn't Miami be there over Notre Dame? If that is the question, no. Notre Dame is a better football team right now than Miami.
Absolutely. I honestly couldn't agree more. And like I said, look, does Vanderbilt have somewhat of an argument because they play in the toughest conference in college football? Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's no doubt that Notre Dame should definitely be in. Look, a lot of things lie, but numbers never do. And, we're going off of strength of schedule, margin wins, and everything like that. Yeah, numbers won't lie that Vanderbilt and Miami had better wins over teams that Notre Dame faced. But at the end of the day, this is a fucking cash grab, you know? The craziest thing I saw was the fact that people literally said that Notre Dame got handed a college football playoff spot the same way when it was the BCS ranking system, and it was and Notre Dame was looked at like the 2000s Oklahoma and USC. The fuck out of here!
Look, so the reason they say that is Notre Dame has been handed a lot of spots in the past because their name's Notre Dame. But when you think college football, Notre Dame is the historically best program that's ever. I know Alabama has 400 championships, but when you think college football, you think Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
I have no problem with Notre Dame being in here. I don't think they handed a spot. I think they earned a spot. I think the way they played the last 10 weeks of the season, you win 10 straight games, you should be in. You said Vanderbilt has an argument. They do. Vanderbilt plays in the SEC, and that's not an easy place to play. Unfortunately for Vanderbilt, they didn't really end up getting to play anybody good because teams like South Carolina, who was supposed to be good, fell apart on the offensive line, and you had teams that didn't work out for them, right? But teams like LSU was supposed to be good. They weren't. That hurts Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beats LSU any other year they're in. But this year, it just sucks for them. But at the end of the day, Vanderbilt can't control how these teams played, but we've got to be fair. We've seen these teams play. Notre Dame is a better product right now.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree. One thing that actually popped in my head a few days ago was, what was it? Probably since 2000. When was the last time Miami actually saw a winning season between 2001 and up until now? You could literally count on one hand how many times they've seen a winning season. Going back 20 years for Vanderbilt, when was the last time they actually saw a good winning season? I'll give you a hint. You can literally count on one hand for fucking Vanderbilt. Notre Dame has stayed consistent with winning. Have they won national championships since 1988? No, they have not. But at the same time, they've stayed consistent with winning.
So I'm looking for the last 20 years. Miami's had a lot of fucking winning seasons. I think they've only had like 2 that weren't winning seasons.
Okay, fair enough.
But if we're talking about great seasons, no, they've not had a whole lot of those. So the last time Vanderbilt was relevant was 2009.
There you go.
I agree with you. If we're going historically, Vanderbilt's the worst P4 program ever. Historic.
Yeah. But all right. So moving on from that, that was the one topic I was looking forward to talking about. Why? Because people are bitching and moaning on social media about if it's not Shedeur Sanders, it's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. But finally, for the ACC championship, we got Duke playing Virginia in Charlotte, North Carolina. And in a way, this is essentially home field advantage for Duke.
So, I mean, it could be a home field advantage, and that's fine. You have the same thing. Virginia's a 4-point favorite in this game, conference championship game. Virginia borders North Carolina, so they'll travel well. It's not like they have to go to Maryland or something, which just still wouldn't be far for them either, I guess. It's not like Florida or something.
It's a pretty short bus ride for Virginia when you're going from Virginia to North Carolina.
Yeah, it is. Gosh, man. I mean, Virginia already beat them down at Duke earlier in the year, and Virginia has to bring their A game because they want to go to the playoffs. I see no scenario unless Virginia just turns the ball over more than 3 times that Duke wins this game. Give me Virginia, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to take Virginia in this game. This is easily the best that Virginia has looked in God knows how long, and that's excluding their basketball program and their lacrosse program, because wow, they are actually good at lacrosse, if you can believe that. But yeah, give me the Cavaliers.
Give me Duke with the upset.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
Coming with that heat. I like it.
so Terry said next year he wants to put us all in a pot, which I will do it. And we keep record of every game that we pick. We pick 5 games a week on villains, and Terry wants to keep record for everybody and see who wins. Making picks like this, Terry, it won't be you.
That's why I'm getting out of my system
I'm
now.
fucking down. I'm fucking down. I will put my picks in notes,
I'm with
and
you.
we'll go from there.
I don't expect any of y'all to beat me. Y'all haven't come close to me this year. None of y'all.
I mean, I kind of have some kind of shouting distance, but
7 behind.
yeah.
I mean, but you got to think for a 6-week stretch there, I was either 5-1 or 4-2. Like I had a good 6-week stretch there, and it kind of helped me build that lead. And of course, I picked the games, so it's a little bit of an advantage because I always pick. I try to always do Vanderbilt because of Chris. I always try to do Notre Dame game. If it's a big game, I won't do Vanderbilt versus fucking South Carolina State. I try to do South Carolina when it's. I try to Alabama. I try to incorporate us all. And Chris bets with his heart every time. That's his problem.
I mean,
it's fun times. I'm down.
Hell yeah, I'm totally down. All right, so we got some football coming up this weekend, and man, oh man, the games are going to be crazy, and the playoff scenarios are going to be just as crazy. But to start things off, we got Seattle going into Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Falcons.
First of all, you skipped the game. The first game of the week was Detroit and Dallas. I'll pick Detroit there. I'm 1-0. So no.
Look, I was finna to pick Detroit either way.
Detroit by default, anyway.
Yeah, I was finna to pick Detroit either way. Why? Because fuck the Cowboys. That's not me being a Giants fan. That's literally throwing shade at the entire Cowboys fan base because they are that fucking delusional.
They are. So Seahawks at Atlanta. Anytime you go on the road's hard. I think Atlanta keeps it close. Sam Darnold's an interception machine, just like I told you he was going to be. He's thrown 10 interceptions this year already. A lot of touchdowns too, but 10 interceptions is a lot. It really is. So I think Atlanta keeps it close, only to be let down again at the end.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. Good for Sam Darnold for finding the contract that he got, being 3 years, $100 million deal.
Yeah.
I do believe, like you said, Atlanta keeps it close. So, yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks in this one.
I got the Seahawks as well.
Cool.
All right. Next game up.
Throwbacks in that game, too.
Next game up, we got Joe Cool and the Cincinnati Bengals going into Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, I hate it. I hate it for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's so fucking good, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Buffalo's really fucking pissed off right now. They should be 10-2. They've let 2 games slip away, fall down to 8-4. I see no scenario in which Cincinnati wins this game.
You know what? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Cincinnati won this game. Look, as much as I love Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, in a way, I got to go with Cincinnati.
I mean, I see no scenario where that happens. But, that's why NFL is fun.
Facts.
Tulane winning.
Yeah, I got the Bills in a high-scoring affair. I think if Burrow could stay healthy the rest of this year, off-season, going into next year, I think the Bengals will be back, especially with the top draft picks they'll be picking early in the first round. So, yeah, I think Burrow will be back next year. However, I got Buffalo in this one at Orchard Park.
No, man. I think Cincinnati's done for. I think Joe Burrow gets traded in the offseason. I think what you're going to see is it's not working for Cincinnati, bro. Like, it's just not. Start over is all you can do. You really can't pay Joe Burrow if you have to reset a whole team and get all of these pieces. I think you see Joe Burrow go somewhere really cool. I would love to see him take over a team like the Dallas Cowboys. I'd really love to see him take over the Falcons, but yeah, I don't think Cincinnati is going to be any better next year.
What do you think? Would they trade Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase first?
I think they trade Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase doesn't make Joe Burrow money, and they're gonna have to reset. They don't have a lot of injuries; they're just bad, and that's unfortunate. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. They don't have an offensive line, and they damn sure don't have they barely have a defense.
I agree. They're just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow to the Raiders.
Look at that. Those are flowers I bought my beautiful wife today because she's not feeling good.
Nice.
Great. Now I got to step my game up. But I got one word for you, and it never fails. Pandora.
Look, we don't have enough time to discuss my wife and I's internal affairs. I promise you that. So, next thing.
Oh yeah. Anyways, next game up. This is definitely gonna be a good one, and I, for one, cannot wait to talk so much shit in the group chat as the Tennessee Titans go into Cleveland, Ohio, to take on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns.
So, God, man, the Titans are super ass. They just are. And the Browns, man, the Browns have lost so many close games this year. They actually took out the Packers. They played the Patriots tough. They played the Ravens tough. They beat the Raiders. I think Cleveland's not a terrible team, and Tennessee is a terrible team. So give me the Browns.
Yeah, I'll take the Browns as well. Look, I love Shedeur, but he's literally the LeBron of football.
I like Sanders.
I like him too. It's just the people that are fighting for this kid that are like, oh, well, you know what? He put up this many. He had this kind of game against the San Francisco 49ers. He put up 200 yards against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's like, okay, he put up 200 yards against one of the worst teams in the fucking league.
This is where I'll defend him. So being a rookie is not easy. This league is different. It's a different step in this league. He's holding his own. So now he's used to playing at Colorado in the Big 12 where the defenses were slow. He has time to read, react, and all that. And he had a fantastic career. But then he comes to the NFL and goddamn the defensive backs there are so damn fast. Like the game hasn't slowed down for the guy yet. And he's still holding his own. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be fine.
I think he will too. I'm not denying that whatsoever.
I know 3 teams that are going to be going for Tennessee, though. That would be the Giants, the Raiders, and the Saints. Because if the Titans win their second game, then it's like the number 1 overall pick is back up for grabs again.
Oh, yeah, that's a good take. But I will say this. There is some serious fucking collusion in the NFL. The fact that the Giants were the literal first team eliminated from playoff contention when the Titans literally have one on their schedule. But the Giants were the first team eliminated from playoff contention. It needs to be fucking studied.
The NFC is a better product than the AFC is why you saw that, though. I mean, Tennessee's not mathematically eliminated because the AFC is super down. Look at the Chiefs and all that. The AFC is not where it's at this year. The NFC is the power. And that's what you're seeing. Like the NFC has so many wins already, so many good teams that the Giants just can't make it. The AFC has so many bad teams that fucking Titans with one win could still mathematically make it there. That's what you're seeing. That's where we're at with that.
I will say this: what killed me, mostly of like dying of laughter and everything like that, was the fact that after their win against the Raiders, it was put out on social media that Shedeur Sanders had the Browns in the hunt for a playoff spot. Like, what?
They still are.
That's fucking crazy.
No, they're not in the hunt for a playoff.
Well, I mean, they're not officially eliminated yet, but
well,
they will be pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, anyways, next game up, we got the Washington Redskins going into Minneapolis to take on the Vikings.
So, this one for me is crazy. The Commanders, what we saw last year. Remember when I told y'all, you and Mac, and y'all laughed at me when I said it? I said that the Commanders were fool's gold. Like that's crazy talk. Where is YouTube on here? What did you do? What'd you do with it?
Put on Bluey.
Bluey
is the GOAT, by the way.
So Bluey is the GOAT. But the Commanders were fool's gold. They got a fantastic quarterback. They're like the Bengals, fantastic quarterback, not much else. They had an easy schedule last year, as y'all did point out, because they were bad the year before. But the Vikings are really bad too. Like their offensive line is the worst in NFL. I could not believe that. JJ McCarthy has less than 5 seconds to throw a ball. That's a problem. I love that, by the way. That's a problem. I
will say this: the Vikings really went with JJ McCarthy when they should have stuck with Sam Darnold.
I mean,
I'm the crazy guy.
I disagree, though, because there's no time to throw the ball. And Sam Darnold has a fantastic offensive line. The Seahawks are good, and he's thrown 10 picks. How many picks will we see Sam Darnold with right now if this dude had to run?
He probably had the same amount of picks. I'm not going to lie about that. But at the same time, Sam Darnold and the Vikings has some serious bad losses that were on the fucking refs. We need to hold the refs accountable.
Didn't Sam Darnold
accountable?
Didn't Sam Darnold though lead the Vikings before he went to the Seahawks to the playoff spot where they lost to the Rams?
Yeah, so they did go to the playoffs, but the problem once again is that offensive line is not the same offensive line. The Seahawks are a really good team right now, bro. Sam Darnold is an above average quarterback like Baker Mayfield. I'm not disputing that, but Sam Darnold is not elite. That is just not the case. That's where you and I are just completely disconnected. Sam Darnold is not an elite quarterback.
Well, in a way, he's in a system that fits what the style that he plays. But he wasn't in that. He wasn't in that system when he was drafted by the New York Jets.
I'm not.
We literally were labeling this dude a fucking bust.
But it doesn't make him elite. I agree with you on that. He played for a bad team. He was much better than he showed. I'm not disputing that. I think he's an above average quarterback. I've never said anything else. But he's not an elite quarterback. He's in a good system that fits him, but. He's not elite. He is not. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's just not.
I mean, look, if you're in a system that benefits the kind of play style that you do, I'm sorry, I'm putting you in the tier of somewhat elite. You know, look at Tom Brady. Him and Belichick are arguably the greatest quarterback coach duo of all time. And we still consider Brady the greatest of all time.
I just, you and I have different meanings of the word elite. That's what's going on here.
You know what?
Saying that he's going really good in this system. He's got 10 interceptions. For me, an elite quarterback is out there, like 29-3. What you see Lamar Jackson do, what you see Josh Allen do. I think Darnold is great for where he is. I think the Seahawks have a chance to take a deep run. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Seahawks are a dangerous team. But if you were to compare Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold, who would you think the better quarterback would be?
Oh, yeah. You know what? In that opinion, yeah, I will backtrack and definitely take Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's all I mean. Like elite is like the best 2-3 quarterbacks in the league. And that's where I draw the line with it. I would take Sam Darnold in Atlanta. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an idiot.
You know what? Hey, bro, you got valid points. I'm not going to dispute that. But like you said, we have different opinions and everything like that. So it is what it is.
Agreed.
So, but next up, we got a battle of the AFC East as the Miami Dolphins go into MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets.
Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins have the second worst defense in the league, and I didn't see that coming. I thought they were going to be good. Somehow Miami has a top 7 offense, which kind of surprised me. So I'm going back and I'm looking, and Miami does put up a good bit of points every now and then, but there are some games where Miami just gets held to 6, like against the Browns. They're 5-7 with a bad defense. The Jets are even worse. I don't know, man. This is going to be an ugly football game. I guess give me Miami 24-20.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely take Miami in this game as well. The fact that they have a decent offense with Tua Tagovailoa as their quarterback is insane. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take the Dolphins in this one. Next game up, this is a must-win game for Tampa Bay as the New Orleans Saints go into Raymond James Stadium to take on the Buccaneers.
Who did you pick in the Dolphins Jets, Terry?
I said Dolphins right off the bat.
Dolphins. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I heard you say Jets. That's why I was like,
No.
Yeah, no. He immediately said Dolphins.
Saints and Bucks, man. I don't even know why we're talking. I mean, this is a must-win game, but like the New Orleans ain't winning this game.
I mean,
they're tanking for Arch.
Yeah, well,
they're not taking. They're just not good enough to win games.
Well, plus we also got to take into consideration of the fact that hey, maybe Arch does go back to Texas.
Yeah,
I think he does. He says he loves it there. He's making I think he's making like $12 million a year in a rookie contract, and the NFL doesn't allow you to make that much. I see no reason for him to leave. Not if they're going to let him play.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I will say this is definitely going to be a hot take. I think that if Arch Manning goes back to Texas, Texas could be considered in the national championship conversation.
So Texas lost to a Florida team, and they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's factual. However, with that being said, Texas could win the national championship if they got in there. They got that good by the end. However, can't take losses to 4-8 teams along the way, but Texas is good. And if Arch comes back, Texas is going to be the number 1 team.
Easily. If Arch goes back, we are looking at a Texas team that has, 1 or 2 losses on their record? And on top of that, the dude has the ultimate cheat code right now, studying under Peyton and Eli, who know the system very fucking well. And just, look, Eli, I'm sorry to say, he is Tom Brady's daddy. You don't believe me? Look at the 2 Super Bowls that Eli won.
So he's upset because he told me to quit talking so he could listen to his video.
Okay. I was going to say, did somebody play fuck around and find out?
No, he's just mad because we're talking.
Fair enough. Oh, it's okay. Hey, kiddo, it's okay.
He's talking to you. What? He said what? James is on the screen.
I heard the what and my fucking heart melted.
He said what?
Oh my God, off a fucking what?
All right, buddy.
Are you upset? Yeah, he's fine. He'll just hug on me for a minute.
As my wife always says.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He is very about himself. Like,
You know what? Makes sense. But anyways, next game up, we got a battle of the AFC South as the Indianapolis Colts go into Jacksonville, the world of AEW, to take on the Jaguars.
I just want to go ahead and throw this out there. I told you so with Jacksonville. Look at their offseason moves, and those were phenomenal moves. Trevor Lawrence was always elite. He took an injury, and then he took some bad teams, but Trevor Lawrence has always been that good. With that being said, and I'm a believer in Jacksonville, Indianapolis is scary good for whatever reason right now. Like, they're just dead. I think Indianapolis.
I was going to say, we literally took into consideration of Daniel Jones being the starting quarterback and didn't think that Indianapolis was going to amount to shit.
Indianapolis is one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL right now, bro. Give me Indianapolis to go into Jacksonville and take a win away.
You know what? You ain't wrong. I'm riding the wave of momentum that the Colts have right now. Give me the goddamn Colts in this game.
I'm with the Colts.
Now I think Trevor Lawrence is going to pull out his Remember the Titans sunny side and then just take it to the Colts.
Sunshine, sunshine.
Funny story you say that because Trevor Lawrence went to Clemson, right?
Yeah.
So Sunshine from the movie actually was our quarterback at South Carolina.
What?
Yeah, Ronnie Bass was a South Carolina Gamecock. He was a starting quarterback for us.
That's fucking insane.
Yep.
Oh my God. The fucking more you know.
Hey, 40 people watching too. Much love.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Next game up, we got a battle of the AFC North. We already know that this game is going to be competitive as hell, but we got the Pittsburgh Steelers going into M&T Bank Stadium to take on the Ravens.
So the Steelers are always going to be around a 500 team at least or better, right? Mm-hmm. And the Ravens, everybody wrote the Ravens off earlier in the season because they had some problems. And I told them, I said, that's crazy talk to write off the Ravens like that. The Ravens are getting hot at the right time. However, with that being said, Pittsburgh's going to win this game. I think I saw something in Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers in the last game that just kind of triggered me the opposite way. The Ravens took a strange loss. I mean, they played the Bills, a tough team. The Ravens took a strange loss to the Bengals. Give me the Steelers to win on the road.
You know what? Valid, but I will say this. The loss that the Ravens took against the Bengals was in Joe Burrow's first game back since his turf toe injury. Having said that, though, you know, Pittsburgh wants Mike Tomlin's head on a silver platter, but it could be due to the fact that they brought in a quarterback who is a fucking problem and would rather eat mushrooms and be on the Pat McAfee show than study a goddamn playbook. Give me the Ravens in this one.
I'm not disagreeing with the mushroom man, so go continue.
Terry, what say you?
I'm going to call this a very close game. Probably decided by a field goal, but I think Steelers pull this out. If they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, it'd be the other way around. It'd probably be a lot wider margin of victory. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to work some little last-minute magic because it's probably going to be his last year. So he wants to go out a little bit of something.
Look, I'll say this. Bro is chasing a New England ghost the same way that LeBron is chasing a Chicago ghost.
Nah, Rodgers ain't chasing no ghost. He's got one. He knows what time it is. But Aaron Rodgers is still a fucking great quarterback.
For sure.
Can't write him off.
Oh, no, I'm definitely not writing him off. I'm just saying the way I look at it, that's what Rodgers is. You know, he's to the NFL the same way that LeBron is to the NBA.
He's going to stick around like Jaromir Jagr in hockey.
You know what? That
Let's
actually
sign a 1-year deal. He's gonna start going down the list, start doing 1-year deals for every team.
Yamir Yager was that dude, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Yager was a deadly man.
Hey, look, man, I never like any Pittsburgh teams, but when you had Mario Lemieux, I watched him out there skating when I was big into hockey as a kid. I loved him. He was one of my favorite players ever.
Look, I will say this, though. When it comes to hockey, there are multiple names that come to mind. Obviously, Wayne Gretzky is number one. But if you include Mario Lemieux, you already know fucking knowledge about hockey.
I loved hockey growing up. I love it.
Oh, God. Same. Bro, I wanted to get into it for so fucking long, but the same time that I heard Yamir Yager, I was like, oh, it's time. And the fact that he's pushing 50 and still a professional hockey player is insane.
It is. And at a high level, too.
Oh, for sure.
You need to go to an Ice Hogs game, though, to start out. We need baby steps with you in hockey.
Yeah. No, for sure. Anyways, next game up, we got a battle of the AFC West as the Denver Broncos go into Allegiant Stadium to take on the Raiders.
This may be the widest point total we've seen in the NFL this year. And I just want to point out, before last year started, I said the Denver Broncos are now going to be a problem. Bo Nix is that dude. You and Mac laughed and laughed and laughed at me. Well, here we are 2 years later. Denver might be the best team in the NFL. Like that might be what they are. And Bo Nix was that piece, and I knew that. You have Sean Payton out there. We know what a great coach he is. I think the Broncos win this game 49-3 or something insane.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I will definitely eat my words and backtrack, because at the time, it really looked like, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson couldn't do anything. What makes you think that Sean Payton and Bo Nix is actually going to do something? But you know what? Damn it. This fucking Oregon quarterback proved me wrong. And hey, I will give Bo Nix the amount of props that he deserves. But I will also agree with you. Give me the goddamn Denver Broncos in this game.
By a lot.
Yeah.
In the words of Kevin Costner in Yellowstone, the Denver Broncos are going to take the Raiders to the train station.
That's what I've never seen it.
Oh, I've heard so many good things about Yellowstone.
I loved it.
Oh,
but try to watch. They have 2 prequel shows you guys will probably get into before you get into the Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Like 1883 or something?
Yeah. And then I
love Kevin Costner. He's one of my favorite actors ever, but you can tell me I'm never going to watch it. I already know me.
At 1923, like 40 years later. So it's like kind of like a generational thing.
That's it. Anyways, next game up, we got arguably one of, if not the greatest fucking rivalry in the NFL, as the Chicago Bears go into Lambeau Field to take on the Packers.
Look, the Packers are 8-3-1. The Packers are heavy favorites in this game. The problem for the Packers is their quarterback is ass. Like if they had an elite quarterback right now, they might be undefeated. That's how good the Packers are all across the board. The Bears are having a great year, but I think the Packers find a way to win this at home. They like to run the ball. Defense might be the best in the league. The Packers have put together a good team.
You know what? Not so fast, my friend. I told Terry this. I have been preaching it since the season began. Caleb Williams has no excuses going into this season. What happened? The Bears beefed up their offensive line. They went out. They got Rome Odunze. They still have DJ Moore. They got DeAndre Swift. They still have, they got Monangai running things in the backfield right now, and went out and got former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson as their new head coach. Wow. Color me fucking impressed. But you know what? I'm not saying this out of bias. I'm saying this as a sports fan. Give me the goddamn Bears.
That's crazy talk. But okay.
Well, look, the glazing for Jordan Love needs to fucking stop.
Jordan Love is overrated 100%, but that Packers defense is not.
I think the Bears are going to continue their momentum after beating the Eagles on Thanksgiving. And I think they're going to continue that momentum into this game. And I think they're going to finally kind of break that curse they've been having the recent years in Lambeau Field. So give me the Bears in an upset.
Hell yeah. All right, next game up, we got a battle of the NFC West as the LA Rams go into Glendale, Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Rams.
Yeah, not even close. Give me the goddamn Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Especially Murray. I think Murray's out for the year, right?
I believe so, and I think he's studying what is it?
Psychology.
Call of Duty over studying the fucking playbook. All right, so for Sunday Night Football, we got the Houston Texans going into Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's that time of year where the Chiefs just can't seem to lose a game. It always seems to happen for this time of year. The flags start flying in their favor, and I see no difference here. Give me the Chiefs.
You know what? Give me the goddamn Houston Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs need to win some crucial football games. But when you look at the defense that the Texans have right now, not even close. I'm taking the Texans in this one.
That's bold. That's bold.
It's about to get bolder. Taylor Swift's not going to be able to make the game because her flight's delayed. So Travis is going to be depressed, drop every pass thrown his way, most likely. But not really. But yeah, I got the Texans upsetting the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
That's just not going to happen. But continue on.
All right.
No, that's it. I'm done.
All right, so finally for Monday night, we got the Philadelphia Eagles going into Inglewood, California to take on the San Diego Chargers.
Hey, the Chargers are having a good year, man. I'm not going to deny that. But the Eagles are back. They had a rough start, but the Eagles are good. The Eagles are scary good. I know they took a loss to the Bears and the Cowboys, but I mean, that's not going to last. The Eagles are going to win this game, and the Eagles are going to win big.
All right, bold take, but I'll tell you what, not so fast, my friend.
Not that bold. They're favorites on the road.
Yeah, true. But I will say this. I will take the San Diego Chargers. Not because they're playing at home, but because they look like a serious threat in the AFC. Now, that's obviously because, fuck it. Yeah, give me the San Diego Chargers.
I'm going to take the LA Chargers, and I think Herbert's going to have a big game.
I think Herbert's a fantastic quarterback, but the Eagles are going to win this game. That's just how I feel.
We shall see how things play out. But, gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for being able to come on to the show. I know it was a late start, but much like Dusty Rhodes, I'm a working man myself. But, hey, once again, thank y'all for being able to come on to this show, talk sports, and enjoy it. Hope you all have an awesome weekend and have some fun as well.
All right. Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
Hell yeah. All right, so that wraps up another episode of the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. Look, we already got a UFC fight coming up tomorrow night, being UFC 323. Hard to believe we are actually at that point for UFC pay-per-views right now. But I'll tell you what, much like I do every single episode going into the weekend, don't add to the population, don't subtract from the population, don't end up in a hospital dead or in jail. If you end up in jail, call somebody whose number you know by heart, then establish dominance quickly. But until then, and until next time, peace